let's go to player props for Saturday in the NFL. I'm going to start. I'm sticking with one pick, and I'm going to make it a lock like I made the other one a lock, and I'm going to put them all together in a parlay at the end. But my lock-in for this one in the NFL Saturday game is going to be Justin Jefferson over 87.5 yards against the Colts. You can't stop this man. The only person who knows how to stop JJ is Kirk Cousins in primetime, and we don't have that problem Saturday. If you can get this man under 100 receiving yards any week, you need to take it and you need to forget it. So I'm going to take JJ over 87.5. Trey?
223 receiving yards last week. I am so happy that I have him in so many of my fantasy teams. I'm going to give you guys two player props. The first one's going to be Deshaun Watson over 209.5 passing yards. I think that the Browns are going to let Watson pass the ball as many times as he wants to kind of get him used to the system. 209.5 is a really low number. We have seen that he has struggled since coming back. He did have 276 last week against the Bengals, so I do expect him to hit this number. I'm not quite for sure why it is so low, because the Ravens have one of the worst pass defenses in the whole league. They are ranked 7th worst in the league, giving up 249.2 passing yards per game. And this number is well under that. So I'm going to go over. I think Deshaun Watson should have a good game against the Ravens on Saturday. And then my next prop is going to be Michael Pittman Jr. over on his catches, 5.5 catches. Michael Pittman Jr. has been a little bit of a roller coaster this year, but I think this number is a sweet spot for him at 6 catches, because Jeff Saturday actually has been passing the ball a lot more than I think we all expected him to, because they are passing 34.3 times a game with Jeff Saturday, and that's ranked 12th in the NFL. So they are towards the top end of the league in passing attempts per game. And I think that this is a low number for Pittman, like I said, because Minnesota has one of the worst, actually the worst pass defense in the NFL, giving up 287 passing yards per game overall. It actually gets worse when they play at home, giving up 290 passing yards per game.
Oh my God.
So, and I was thinking about a Matt Ryan over, but I don't really trust Matt Ryan, but I do trust Michael Pittman to get open and catch 6 passes. So those are my two player props. Michael Pittman Jr. over 5.5 catches, and Deshaun Watson over 209.5 passing yards.
Yeah, I will say with Matt Ryan back, I mean, that's such good news for Pittman. Like, without Matt Ryan, he's not worth anything. So I like that Matt Ryan's back, and I like those catches on Saturday or on Sunday. But Teats?
You know, I always like to name some of my parlays, and you know, I've kind of noticed that I'm doing 2 props for everything, so I'm gonna call it the triple dub. Why not?
Triple dub.
So we'll start with Watson over passing. I'm riding with Trey.
Sweet.
It should be the most locked in player prop in everyone's bets. The dude can sling it, and I think that the Ravens offense is going to do a good enough job to at least, you know, move the chains, get a field goal, a couple touchdowns here and there. Their run game is very good, even with Huntley still in. I think that Cleveland's going to have to be the pressing team on offense, and how else are they going to do it? Hand off to Nick Chubb. They don't like to be doing that too often, so let's pass the ball with Deshaun Watson. 209 is just too low for him not to hit it. The other one, we're going back to the Colts game. Give me JT over his rushing yards. The last time I took JT's rushing yards, it did burn me. He missed it by like 1.5 yards. I think 81.5 is just too low. As you can see, he's hit this 4 of the last 5 with 4 straight. Jeff Saturday does like to pass the ball, but he also does like to run the ball. And I think that he plays it with the idea that if we pass 34 times a game, you don't know when I'm going to run Jonathan Taylor the 18 to 20 times a game too. So you're going to have to figure out when am I going to run. And typically it works out for Jonathan Taylor, as you can see. 147 against Las Vegas, 82 against a very good Dallas front 7, 86 against a very good Pittsburgh front 7. I know that they're a little banged up. I mean, he's been running against really good defenses, especially against the run, and succeeding in the sense of this prop right here. So I like the over.
I like that pick, Teats. I have JT in fantasy, so I need him to go off for my first week in fantasy. But